Hi guys, how are you? I hope everything's okay. Today I'm going to be talking about the old Gorillaz album called Carousel and Plastic Beach, explaining what it was and I think what, I don't know what it was going to be and why Plastic Beach could have destroyed Gorillaz. I hope everyone enjoys this video, and credits to the channel Lady Emily for the idea of Plastic Beach destroying Gorillaz. You should check out their channel. I'll leave a link in the description. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. So Carousel was originally going to be the album for Plastic Beach, but it wasn't for many reasons that I will get into, and you'll know why it wasn't made, so I'll get into that now. It's very, very obvious why they didn't make this album a thing. So what was Carousel? Carousel was supposed to be a live play with Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewlett and a ton of live actors, with 15 animated films loosely connected to 15 other live action films that were action shorts that were going to be paired with music. And there was a 10-mile Victorian pier, and each section would represent a stage in life from birth to death. All would be taking place on the 10-mile Victorian pier, and at the end would be a carousel with a bunch of scary monsters on it. And I have no clue why, but Damon really wanted to do this project, so yeah. So basically, the reason why they didn't make Carousel is because it had 70 songs which Damon Albarn wrote in 2 months, because he's a bloody song machine, and also the record company can't pay for a 10-mile long Victorian pier with action films, tons of music, so they obviously, the record label rejected the idea and asked just for a normal album because they couldn't fund that. So as you probably know, after Carousel was Plastic Beach. As far as I'm aware, Damon Albarn was walking on the beach and he saw like a piece of plastic, I think, and he thought of Plastic Beach as an album, and I think he told Jamie about it, and that's how like the album came to light. And they did use some of the songs from Carousel to use in Plastic Beach, as far as I'm aware, but obviously not Leviathan, Whirlwind. I think those were supposed to be Carousel songs. I'm not actually sure about that. I haven't really looked into that. I'm pretty sure Leviathan was a Carousel song, but I don't know. You might have to look that up, because I have like literally no clue on it. So obviously there are still songs out there. There's tons of missing ones, and people have been trying to get Damon and Jamie to release these songs in Seaside's album, and they have actually made a campaign about it called Release the Seas, and Jamie and Damon have realised this, and they said they might do Plastic Beach too. And they wanted to do Clean Beach, but that wasn't a thing because the beaches still aren't clean. And one of the songs on Carousel apparently was Leviathan, but don't take my word on that. And yeah, there are still 70 songs out there that have been written, not performed, and are not finished, but they still are prototypes of songs that were supposed to be made, and maybe the sheet music could be released, I'm not sure. But it's up to Damon and Jamie what they do with that sheet music, whether they want to release it or not. So Plastic Beach obviously came off the Carousel, and they really worked hard on this, and they literally built Plastic Beach. It was like a 4-foot model, and they sat in like, I think like a pool of water, and they really, you know, put their ass into this, didn't they? They made a whole website, but none of this was actually needed or wanted. All they really needed was an album. All the record label wanted was an album, and all they really needed was an album. But they really, you know, put their heart into this, and it had barely enough money to make any music videos for Plastic Beach because the record label had cut their funds. So that is why Donkomatic was made instead of Rhinestone Eyes, which people are obviously angry about, because they didn't have enough funding for Rhinestone Eyes, and as far as I'm aware, the record label cut their funding because it was just too much money, really. So you're probably wondering why the record label cut their funds. So as far as I'm aware, the reason they cut the funds is because they just wanted money from the album, and back then, Plastic Beach was not doing well. Barely any of their songs actually charted. Plastic Beach did chart in top, I think first, but I think after like 2 days it just completely dropped off the charts. Barely any of the singles charted, and really Plastic Beach wasn't very well accepted back then. The causes of Plastic Beach are still seen today, so you don't really get fully animated videos anymore because they don't have enough funds and they've gone independent, so they will not get funds anymore as far as I'm aware. So the fall of Gorillaz at the time, well, it was a fall because Damon and Jamie had a very big fallout because Jamie felt like his work wasn't being appreciated as much as the music, and he felt like it was just not being accepted enough, and I agree, and they split up. Like, the band split up because Jamie was upset, and everyone thought that Gorillaz was going to end that day. As we know, obviously it didn't end, and I think at one of the Gorillaz tours, Jamie came up on stage and they hugged and they had made up. It's really nice. And Damon did make one of the albums, The Fall, on his iPad while touring, but that was a very good album, but it didn't make a lot of money either, and the record label said that's the last album they're allowed to make. Right. Thank you for watching this video and making it this far. Sorry I trailed off about why Gorillaz could have disappeared off the face of the earth because of Plastic Beach, and about Carousel. So basically this video was about Plastic Beach era and what happened. I really hope that you enjoy this video, and I hope you have a great day. I'm sorry for not posting in like a week. I've been very busy with a lot of stuff. Bye guys.